What's up? Good morning, guys. I know I'm in the car. Was almost going to leave my house without taking the time to make the video. You might have saw last week as each day progressed, if you were watching me each time, how I was sharing, kind of how I was starting to struggle. And I really struggled last week. I struggled big time. There's a lot of things I struggle with at home, what was going on, work, but in myself. And one of those things I've shared is I struggle big time with not being good enough. It's my heart issue, right? And so as things progressed, I started feeling like I'm not good enough. And that plays a part. And Satan, the devil, starts getting in. The thoughts start happening, right? All these different thoughts get in and start feeling just pressed down, attacked. And then I lose, and it starts to cause that little bit of depression feeling. And I just didn't feel like I could do anything. In my last video I made of the verse of the day, I couldn't even really talk about the verse. It's like my head was so cloudy. I just said, well, I'm gonna meditate on that. And then I just made up excuses and didn't make another video. Just felt like, well, no one's listening. That was my biggest thing. I'm like, maybe I'm not really, there's hardly any views, 60 views here, maybe a couple hundred here, but like, is anybody really listening? Am I wasting my time? Right? I started getting on my own head, and that's kind of what happened. And I struggle with that. But I told myself today, I just got off the phone too with my therapist too, and just talking and sharing with her and open. She said, I think that's your message for today. How Jesus and the God will go after the one, not the 99, right? He will leave the 99 to go still get the one. That's his sheep. And that I always say, if I can help one person, that's all that matters. And I have to focus back on the fact that maybe it's just one person that listened to my message out of that 65 people, but it helped that one person. That's what's important. And that goes into, before I run out of time, this verse of the day. It totally made sense. I just opened it up, but this comes from Hebrews 10:24. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. Am I taking the time to share in 3 minutes or less, when I do the verse a day, acts of love and good works? Yes, because someone it may be helping, just that one, the one out of the 99, right? And that's what I have to remind myself. And that's what the Lord is saying. Let us think of ways to motivate others. I just was telling my wife this morning, I've trained a lot of people in this when I worked with people. If you need to change something in your life, like a mode you're in, depression, you're feeling upset or angry, go help somebody. When you release that serotonin, because you've went and helped somebody, like God says, you think of a way, whether it's give them money, buy them lunch, say something nice to them, compliment them on their clothes, whatever that is, it will help you. He says to do it. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. Guys, go into the world, motivate each other, acts of love. Thank you so much. Love you for tuning in.